There's a saying that goes, not everything that looks good is good for you. And when it comes to food especially, fruit people often assume that if nature made it, it must be safe. But that's not always the case, especially as we age. You've spent a lifetime building habits, learning what works for your body and what doesn't. But here's the hard truth. The body you had in your 30s isn't the same body you have in your 60s or 70s. Some of the foods you once enjoyed without a second thought might now be silently working against you. And when it comes to fruit, well, some can be surprisingly risky. Yes, fruit. The very thing most people believe to be healthy and harmless. Today, I want to share something that might just save you from discomfort, digestive issues, or even serious health risks. We're talking about 7 dangerous fruits that seniors should never eat. Now, before you shake your head and think, "Oh, come on, I've been eating fruit my whole life," hear me out. This isn't about fear-mongering. It's about awareness. Because the way our bodies process food changes with age, and certain fruits, no matter how delicious, may do more harm than good. Before we dive into the list, let's understand why fruit, something so natural, could be dangerous in the first place. The answer lies in 3 key factors: digestibility, sugar content, and interactions with common health conditions. Some fruits are harder to break down, leading to bloating and discomfort. Others spike blood sugar, a serious concern for those managing diabetes or insulin resistance. And then there are fruits that interfere with medications, making them either too strong or completely ineffective. Now, let's start with one that surprises a lot of people: grapefruit. It's tart, refreshing, and loaded with vitamin C. But here's what they don't tell you: grapefruit can be downright dangerous if you're on medication. It interacts with over 85 different drugs, including medications for high blood pressure, cholesterol, and even some heart conditions. What happens is that grapefruit interferes with enzymes in your liver, making it harder for your body to break down these medications. Instead of passing through your system like they should, the medication builds up, becoming too strong, which can lead to dangerous side effects like dizziness, muscle pain, even internal bleeding. Doctors often warn patients about this, but not everyone listens. Some people think, a little bit won't hurt, but the truth is, even a small amount of grapefruit can cause trouble. So if you're on any regular medication, it's best to check with your doctor before ever reaching for that bright, juicy fruit again. Now, another fruit that seems innocent but isn't? Bananas? I know what you're thinking. How could something so soft and easy to eat be bad for you? The problem with bananas is potassium overload. As we age, our kidneys don't always work as efficiently as they used to. And if your kidneys struggle to filter out excess potassium, it builds up in your blood. This can lead to heart palpitations, weakness, and even dangerous heart rhythms. It's even riskier for those with kidney disease, a condition that many seniors develop over time. But there's another side to bananas that most people don't realize. They can cause constipation. While they do contain fiber, they also have a type of starch that can slow down digestion in some people, leading to bloating and discomfort. If you already have sluggish digestion, eating too many bananas could make things worse. Now, let's talk about a fruit that many people assume is harmless, but actually wreaks havoc on blood sugar: watermelon. It's 90% water, so people think it must be light and hydrating. But here's the issue: watermelon has a high glycemic index, meaning it causes a rapid spike in blood sugar. If you're diabetic or even just insulin resistant, this is a big problem. Unlike berries or apples, which release sugar more slowly, watermelon floods your bloodstream with sugar almost instantly. This can lead to energy crashes, increased hunger, and, over time, contribute to diabetes complications. Now, before you say, "I don't eat that much watermelon anyway," remember that even small portions of high glycemic foods can throw your blood sugar out of balance. So if you're managing diabetes or watching your sugar levels, it might be time to think twice before biting into that juicy red slice. And that's just the beginning. There are 4 more fruits that seniors need to watch out for, and some of them will shock you. But before we go any further, let me ask you something. Have you noticed any changes in how your body reacts to food as you've aged? Maybe you used to eat anything without a problem, but now certain foods leave you feeling bloated, tired, or unwell. If so, you're not alone. This is what happens when our metabolism slows, digestion changes, and we become more sensitive to things we once handled with ease. That's why understanding which foods are working against you, even when they seem healthy, is so important. We're going to continue exploring these hidden dangers, because knowing what to avoid is just as important as knowing what to eat. Now, let's talk about another fruit that most people never suspect: mangoes. Sweet, juicy, and packed with vitamins, mangoes are often considered a tropical treat. But here's the problem: they are sugar bombs. If you're managing diabetes, prediabetes, or even just trying to keep your blood sugar stable, mangoes can be a hidden danger. Mangoes have one of the highest natural sugar contents of any fruit. Just one medium-sized mango has around 45 grams of sugar. That's more than a full can of soda. And the worst part? Because the sugar in mangoes is mostly fructose, it can be processed directly by the liver and converted into fat more easily than glucose. This means that too many mangoes don't just raise your blood sugar in the short term, they can also contribute to fatty liver disease over time, which is a growing concern for seniors. Now, you might be thinking, well, I only eat a few slices. But the truth is, even small amounts can cause issues if you're already insulin resistant. The older we get, the less efficient our bodies become at managing blood sugar, and eating high fructose fruits like mangoes can lead to sugar crashes, weight gain, and even nerve damage if you're diabetic. But here's something even fewer people talk about: mango allergies. As harmless as they seem, mangoes are actually related to poison ivy. That's right, the same plant that causes itchy, blistering rashes. The skin of a mango contains a compound called urushiol, which can trigger allergic reactions in some people, especially seniors with more sensitive skin. Have you ever noticed itching or tingling around your mouth after eating mango? That could be a mild allergic reaction. And for those with weakened immune systems, it could turn into a more serious problem. Now, moving on to a fruit that many seniors assume is healthy, but can be a silent, digestive nightmare: prunes. You've probably heard that prunes help with digestion, and yes, they can be useful for relieving constipation. But here's what no one tells you: too many prunes can wreck your gut. Prunes are high in sorbitol, a natural sugar alcohol that pulls water into the intestines. This can lead to severe bloating, gas, and even diarrhea if you eat too many. And because digestion slows down as we age, some seniors find that prunes don't relieve constipation as well as they once did. Instead, they just cause uncomfortable cramping and unpredictable bowel movements. Another issue with prunes? Bone health. It sounds strange because prunes are often marketed as being good for bones due to their high vitamin K content. But for seniors who are on blood thinners like warfarin or Coumadin, prunes can actually interfere with medication. Vitamin K helps blood clot, so eating too many prunes while on these medications can increase the risk of blood clots and stroke. So while prunes might have a reputation for being a senior-friendly fruit, the reality is that they can cause more harm than good, depending on your body's unique needs. Now, let's talk about cherries, another fruit that people assume is completely harmless, but can be surprisingly dangerous for some seniors. Cherries are packed with antioxidants, which is great. But what isn't great is their extremely high sugar content. Even though they're smaller than mangoes, they pack a similar punch when it comes to sugar spikes. A single cup of cherries contains around 18 grams of sugar, and because they're so small and easy to snack on, Many people eat far more than they realize. This is especially dangerous for people dealing with arthritis or gout. Cherries contain high levels of fructose, which can increase uric acid levels in the blood. And guess what uric acid does? It triggers gout attacks, the kind that cause intense pain, swelling, and inflammation in the joints. Gout is already a common issue in seniors, and eating too many cherries can make it worse. If you've ever woken up with a throbbing, swollen big toe or aching joints after eating a lot of cherries, it's not a coincidence. Your body is reacting to the fructose, turning into excess uric acid. Now, let's talk about a fruit that many seniors assume is gentle on the stomach, but can actually trigger acid reflux and digestive discomfort: pineapple. Pineapple is packed with bromelain, an enzyme that helps break down protein. That might sound like a good thing, but here's the issue. Bromelain is highly acidic and can irritate the stomach lining, especially in older adults who may already be dealing with acid reflux, ulcers, or GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease. If you've ever noticed a burning sensation in your chest or throat after eating pineapple, that's a sign that it's not agreeing with your digestive system. And because seniors naturally produce less stomach acid than younger people, eating acidic fruits like pineapple can throw off the delicate balance of digestion, leading to bloating, discomfort, or painful acid reflux. But that's not all. Pineapple is also a natural blood thinner. If you're on any medication to prevent blood clots, eating too much pineapple can actually increase your risk of bleeding and bruising. This is because bromelain can slow blood clotting, which can be dangerous if you're taking aspirin, warfarin, or other anticoagulants. So while pineapple might seem like a refreshing tropical treat, it's actually one of the worst fruits for seniors with digestive issues or those on blood-thinning medication. Now, we've covered 6 dangerous fruits so far, but there's still one more, and, trust me, it's one that almost no one talks about. This last fruit is often found in fruit salads, breakfast bowls, and juices, but for seniors, it can cause more harm than good. It affects digestion, blood sugar, and even your teeth. And that's where we'll pick up in the next section. Before we move forward, take a moment to think about what you've just heard. Have you ever experienced strange symptoms after eating any of these fruits? Maybe you never connected the dots, but now things are starting to make sense. This is why it's so important to listen to your body as you age, because foods that were once harmless may no longer be working in your favor. Let's talk about the final fruit on this list: dried fruit. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Dried fruit? That's not just one fruit, it's a whole category. And you're absolutely right. But that's exactly the problem. Whether it's raisins, dried apricots, dates, or figs, dried fruit is one of the most dangerous types of fruit for seniors. Let's break down exactly why. First, dried fruit is a sugar trap. When fruit is dried, all the water is removed, which makes the natural sugars far more concentrated. Take raisins, for example. A small handful, just about a quarter cup, contains over 25 grams of sugar. That's more than a chocolate bar. Dates are even worse, with just one single date containing 16 grams of sugar. Now, for a younger person with a fast metabolism, this might not be a big deal. But for seniors, it's a different story. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at processing sugar. The pancreas slows down, insulin resistance becomes more common, and blood sugar spikes last longer. This can lead to fatigue, weight gain, and an increased risk of type 2 diabetes. But here's what makes dried fruit even more dangerous: hidden additives. Most people assume that dried fruit is just fruit with the water removed. But in reality, most store-bought dried fruit is coated in added sugar or preservatives like sulfur dioxide. This chemical helps dried fruit maintain its color, but it can trigger allergic reactions, headaches, and even breathing problems, especially in seniors with asthma or respiratory issues. And then there's the digestion problem. Dried fruit is packed with fiber, which sounds like a good thing. But for seniors, too much fiber, especially from dried fruit, can cause severe bloating, gas, and constipation. Some people even experience intestinal blockages because the fruit swells in the gut and becomes difficult to pass. Ever eaten too many dried apricots or prunes and felt an uncomfortable tightness in your stomach afterward? That's your body struggling to process all that fiber and sugar at once. And if you have diverticulitis, a common condition in seniors, where small pouches form in the walls of the intestine, dried fruit can be especially dangerous. The tiny seeds in fruits like figs and raisins can get stuck in these pouches, leading to painful inflammation, infection, and even the need for surgery in severe cases. But there's one more thing that makes dried fruit risky for seniors' dental damage. Dried fruit is sticky, which means it clings to your teeth long after you've finished eating it. This creates the perfect environment for bacteria to thrive, leading to cavities, gum disease, and even tooth loss. If you wear dentures, dried fruit can also get stuck under them, causing irritation and discomfort. So while dried fruit may seem like a quick and easy snack, the reality is that it can spike blood sugar, cause digestive issues, trigger allergic reactions, and even harm your teeth. If you want to snack on fruit, fresh is always the better option. Now that we've covered all 7 dangerous fruits, let's take a step back and talk about what this all means. A lot of people assume that just because something is natural, it must be good for them. But as we age, our bodies change. Our metabolism slows, our digestive system becomes more sensitive, and foods that were once harmless can suddenly start causing problems. That's why the most important thing you can do is listen to your body. If a certain food makes you feel bloated, sluggish, or unwell, don't ignore it. It might be a sign that it's no longer working in your favor. And here's another thing to consider. Just because you've eaten something for years doesn't mean it's still the best choice for you now. Your body is different than it was in your 30s or 40s. That doesn't mean you can't enjoy food. It just means you have to be smarter about what you put into your system. Now, let's talk about what to do next. If some of the fruits we've talked about today are a regular part of your diet, don't panic. You don't need to eliminate them all at once. Instead, start paying attention to how your body reacts when you eat them. Do you feel tired? Bloated? Do you experience joint pain or digestive issues? Those are signs that it might be time to cut back or find better alternatives. This is why paying attention to your diet is one of the most powerful things you can do for your health. Small changes can lead to big improvements in energy, digestion, and overall well-being. Now that we've gone over the 7 dangerous fruits that seniors should avoid, you might be wondering, so what should I eat instead? That's exactly what we're going to talk about now. The best fruits for seniors, fruits that don't just taste good, but actually support your health as you age. Because here's the truth. Not all fruit is bad for you. In fact, the right fruits can help with digestion, blood sugar control, heart health, and even brain function. It's all about choosing wisely. Let's start with one of the best fruits for seniors: berries. Blueberries, strawberries, blackberries, and raspberries are packed with antioxidants, which help fight inflammation and slow down aging. And here's why that's important. As we get older, our bodies naturally produce more free radicals, which can damage cells and lead to chronic diseases like Alzheimer's, arthritis, and heart disease. The antioxidants in berries help fight that damage, keeping your brain sharp and your body strong. But that's not all. Berries are also low in sugar compared to other fruits, which makes them a great choice for people watching their blood sugar levels. Unlike bananas or mangoes, which can cause spikes, berries release sugar slowly, keeping energy levels stable throughout the day. And if you struggle with constipation or slow digestion, berries are an excellent source of fiber. They help keep things moving in your gut without causing bloating or cramping like prunes or dried fruit sometimes do. Now, let's talk about another senior-friendly fruit: apples. You've heard the saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. And there's actually some truth to that. Apples are rich in soluble fiber, which helps lower cholesterol and supports heart health. This is crucial because as we age, arteries tend to harden, and high cholesterol can increase the risk of heart disease. The fiber in apples helps prevent this buildup, keeping your heart healthy and strong. And here's another thing. Apples are easy on digestion. Unlike citrus fruits that can trigger acid reflux, apples are much gentler on the stomach, making them a great choice for seniors with sensitive digestion. But here's a tip. Stick to whole apples instead of apple juice. Apple juice has all the sugar but none of the fiber, which can lead to blood sugar spikes. Eating the whole fruit is always the better choice. Now, if you're looking for a fruit that hydrates, aids digestion, and is easy on the kidneys, look no further than pears. Pears are one of the most overlooked fruits, but they are perfect for seniors. Why? Because they're packed with soluble fiber, which helps with digestion and keeps blood sugar stable. And unlike bananas, which are high in potassium and can be a problem for people with kidney issues, pears have a much lower potassium content. That means they're a safer option if you need to keep your potassium levels in check. Pears are also loaded with water, which helps prevent dehydration, a common issue in seniors. If you often feel fatigued, have dry skin, or experience muscle cramps, dehydration could be part of the problem. Eating water-rich fruits like pears can help keep your body hydrated and functioning properly. Now, let's move on to a fruit that helps with blood pressure and bone health: figs. Now, you might be thinking, wait, didn't you just say dried figs were bad? Yes, dried figs can be problematic because of their high sugar content and sticky texture. But fresh figs? That's a different story. Fresh figs are an excellent source of calcium, which is essential for bone health. As we age, we naturally lose bone density, which increases the risk of osteoporosis and fractures. Eating calcium-rich foods like fresh figs can help strengthen bones and reduce the risk of falls. Figs also contain magnesium, which plays a crucial role in muscle function and relaxation. If you struggle with muscle cramps, stiffness, or trouble sleeping, adding more magnesium-rich foods like fresh figs to your diet can help. Now, if you're looking for a fruit that supports eye health and immune function, look no further than oranges. Oranges are packed with vitamin C, which is essential for keeping your immune system strong. As we get older, our immune defenses weaken, making us more vulnerable to infections, colds, and even pneumonia. Eating vitamin C-rich fruits like oranges helps boost immunity and keep your body resilient. Oranges are also rich in carotenoids, which support eye health. If you're dealing with cataracts or macular degeneration, adding more carotenoid-rich fruits like oranges to your diet can help protect your vision. Now, if you love tropical fruits but want a healthier alternative to mangoes and pineapples, consider papaya. Papaya is one of the best fruits for digestion, thanks to its high levels of papain, an enzyme that helps break down proteins and reduce bloating. If you often feel heavy or sluggish after meals, eating a few slices of papaya can help your stomach digest food more efficiently. Papaya is also great for skin health. It's loaded with vitamin A, which helps keep skin firm, hydrated, and youthful. If you've noticed that your skin has become drier or more prone to wrinkles, adding more vitamin A-rich foods like papaya can help. Now, before we wrap up, let's go over a few key takeaways. Not all fruit is bad, but some fruits can be problematic, especially for seniors dealing with blood sugar issues, digestive problems, or medication interactions. The 7 dangerous fruits we discussed: grapefruit, bananas, watermelon, mangoes, prunes, cherries, and dried fruit, can cause issues like blood sugar spikes, digestive distress, and even dangerous medication interactions. Instead of cutting out fruit entirely, focus on the best options for your body: berries, apples, pears, figs, oranges, and papaya. These fruits support digestion, heart health, bone strength, and immune function, without the risks of high sugar or digestive discomfort. At the end of the day, the key to longevity and good health isn't about following strict rules. It's about making small, smart choices that support your body as it changes. So the next time you reach for a piece of fruit, ask yourself, is this helping me feel my best? If the answer is yes, then you're on the right track. And remember, age isn't just about getting older. It's about getting wiser.